Hey there, welcome back guys. Today's video we're going to be experimenting with the VIFLY smoke stopper. Special thanks to FPV Unknown who actually recommended this, and we wish we had known sooner. But we'll be wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday this season, and hopefully you don't blow anything up coming into the new year. So without any further ado, let's get started. Whoa. Well, so much for that. Yeah, put too much power on the motors. All right. I know what to do. Well. Oops. Yeah, I gotta go. All right, so we're going to take a perfectly good drone and see what happens. See if we can get it up in the air. See that? Whoops. All right, so we know it works. We'll probably wind up testing it in the end. All right, so we have everything here. Right? So here's the VIFLY smoke stopper. And we'll put it to the test. All right, so yellow means on, so we don't see a yellow light already, I mean. Of course, it's not ready because there's no power running through it, right? So you want to choose your power source. We're going to choose a 3S battery. That's totally different. So let's say you have a new 3S that you want to try. And we're going to plug it in. Okay. You just have to make sure the connections are correct. Now nothing's going to happen just yet because we got to turn the power on. See? Just enough power to go through. When it's beeping, you hear that? Oh, no, apparently not. Wow, so this 3S, I guess isn't good enough for the, oh, of course not. You see, I just made the biggest mistake ever. This only takes 2S. So you see, I'm really good at testing shit, aren't I? Yeah, so there you go. It worked. So it created a short stop. Remember, this is a 2S drone. Don't confuse this because I just did the Pavo 20 and Pavo version 2, I believe, take the 3S battery. This doesn't. So that's good. We just tested it. Wow. Almost blew it up the first try accidentally, like I did on the last one. All right, so remember, Pavo Pico version 1 does not take a 3S battery. And as you can see, the smoke stopper actually works. So what I meant to do was I thought that was a 3S, right? And so I wanted to put this in, and it should power it up. See, yellow means it's ready, and then you turn it on to let the power go through it. So this is what I was trying to do the first time around. See? Voila. And it's working. It's running the right amount of power through there, which is great. And then now, and another way to really test it too, right, is when you attach the incorrect battery to it when it runs. Sometimes the power will run through, right? And to really put it to the test would be to put some power into it. Remember that part in Back to the Future when he's on the water? He's like, hey Marty, everybody knows you need more power. I don't know if you've seen it, this part right here. Here, I'll show you guys.
Hey McFly, you bojo! Don't burst don't work on water! Unless you've got power!
So we're going to connect this to here, that to there, and then from here we'll connect it to here, right, to give it more power, to see if the f-stop, the smoke stop, will actually work. Okay, so let's see. That'll go there. Now if we turn it on, no, oh, seeing it shorted out, which is great, and that's what you want to see. But let's see if we open it up the gates a little bit, right? Let more power through, turn it off, let it reset, and see if it will connect to here, to the DJI remote. Hopefully, there's enough power running through there to work that kind of magic. Some batteries will. Oh, and what do you know? All right, so there we go. The goggle's connected. Now we just need for the remote to connect. We might have to shut the disconnect. All right, so let's give it a remember, you don't want to test it while it's on. The blue 2 amp. We want to, now that we let enough power run through, right? Let's try and turn off the blue light. And now if we arm it, it should like create that experience where it's like either blow up or it'll just stop the current. Let's try. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I don't want to. Here we go. A little nervous, but see, it didn't arm. But what if I put it on the blue? Nah, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Maybe I'll try it on another flight controller after this is ready on the fritz. So that's pretty cool. Let's try that again. So we'll turn it on. Let a little bit of power in just so it can cycle and work its magic, right? So we're going to turn it on. Part of me is tempted to just try it in the blue. Nah, I just disarmed it because you'll get a bad RX if it's armed while powering on. All right, so let that bind again. It's gonna go beep beep. Oh no, it didn't. Oh, there we go. All right, so now we're gonna just try and see and turn off the blue, right? And now we're gonna arm it. See? Voila. That's what 1 amp. Should we really try 2 amps? Nah, I don't want to do 2 amps. That's fine. Maybe I'll try it, but not on a working drone. I'll try it on one of the flight controller chips that I've actually shot. All right, but not today. Another time. All right, so that pretty much sums this part up. So we're just gonna disconnect everything from here. See? There you go. Nice, we found the adapters. Put this to bed. I'm probably gonna go to CVS and get a can of Mentos. Let my kids eat the Mentos, but instead of keeping it in there, keep it in a nice tin, right? Nice little fireproof container. Because this thing, like liquid gold, really has a purpose when rebuilding, or let's say you want to test the motors, right? To your new build, you would use this thing here. So now we have a 4S battery. Remember, this doesn't take a 4S. So if we put it in, right? Okay. All right. So now we have here. We're going to turn it on, and it was nice how it reset. See, wait for it. See, and then it's shorted out. And that's at 1 amp setting, right? I wonder what would happen at 4S at 2 amp setting, okay? So we're gonna shut it off, turn on the blue light, and let's see what happens. Move this out of the way. That's a $200 remote. All right, everything else is fine. Wires. Okay, so let's see. Of course, it's letting 2 amps in, but you don't want 2 amps to go in there. But most likely, more power is running through it. I hear it, which is great, right? The O3, it connected. So I let 2 amps in with this thing, right? But now, we shouldn't do that, right? No. But if you're me, I wonder what will happen if I increase the power. So now that it's connected, right? If I arm it, what will happen? I don't know. Maybe I should do this outside. Have like a little lid or a bag. No, I'm not gonna do it. I don't know. I feel it getting hot though. This thing is getting hot. But we already know what happens, right? So let's decrease this. turn that off because we don't want the 2 amps going in there, because now shut it off. Now it's connected, so let's see what happens if it arms, right? Because there was enough juice in there to arm it at the 1 amp. Let's see, ready? 3, 2, 1. Out of 4 S battery. See, it shorted out, which was great because we don't want that, right? So we got enough power running through. You know, we sort of overrode it, and then we were like, okay, will it work? No, it won't work. So we know that the smoke stopper actually works. Let's try that again. Okay, instant replay. Should we rewind? Be kind and rewind, or should we just try it again? All right, so let's try it again. So now we're going to allow enough voltage to go through, right? By turning it on. We're not going to arm it. But in order to actually get it ready to arm, we got to power it off, right? Yellow means it's ready. And then power it on again. So now there's enough power running through, right? So that we can get the voltage in there so it can sync, right? And now if we left it on blue, yeah, it would probably short out. All right. And then once this thing syncs, you see it's going to go beep, beep. Then we'll shut off the blue light, right? Turn off the amperage because we're going to make it 1 amp. And then now arm it, and it should short out. Oh, it won't short because it's in an arm mode, so I have to unarm it and then arm it again. See? Oh, so this thing really does work. And imagine I did that without the smoke stopper, right? Pretty clever. This thing's a lightsaver. So we just saved $60, right? Because I almost shorted it out. But that's with a 4S battery. Why don't we try, like they say, go big or go home. Let's take this big guy here. It's just bigger than the other one, right? Let's see what kind of, let's see how that works. So we're going to plug this one in. All right. So yellow means it's ready. We're not going to do 2 amps just yet, but we'll see how it reacts. See? And it's shorted out. This one didn't even give you a chance to put it on, whereas this 4S, you have to, like I said, all depends on the milliamps, right? The higher the milliamps, like, oh yeah, of course, this one has a smaller milliamp, 660, and at 770, it's like, has no mercy. So 660, you have to put it back, you know, open the gates. At 750, there's no gate to open. It's like, you know, I'm not having it, which is kind of cool. Let's try that again. So we're gonna reset. Yellow means it's ready, right? And then we're gonna arm it. See, voila. Now, most likely you would never do this, right? And the reason why you use a smoke stopper is because when you're building your new drone, your flight controller, sometimes you could have soldering connections that are off. And if you have soldering connections that are too close together, you'll short it out, and even with the right battery. Or you might do like I did in the beginning. I put in the wrong battery by mistake, and then you're shit out of luck, and then you're back to square one, and you gotta wait for your new chip to come. So anyway, that pretty much sums this up for your smoke stopper. That was a little nerve-wracking at first, but I was like, oh my god. You know, because it's unpredictable. You don't know what's gonna happen. This wire, that wire, never crossed the blue and the red. And so I hope this video helped you in understanding on why you would need a smoke stopper and when to use a smoke stopper and how to prevent blowing up your flight controller like I did in my previous video. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.